guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, today I'm going to be doing another subscriber's request, and I've been had this request on for a long time, but I was waiting for my father-in-law to ask me to prepare him another rice pudding. So that's what I'll be doing. This is a rice pudding, rice custard pudding, whichever one you want to call it. Now I got this. This is an old-fashioned recipe, but the way I'm gonna cook it is totally different. And I don't know who, how many people may fix it like that, like this nowadays, simply because I found the recipe and I tried it several years ago, and I was like, hey, this is better than trying to do it in the oven. The taste and everything is the same, except you cook it different. You don't have to do that water bath and all that stuff to it. So let me tell you guys what we're gonna need for this recipe, and then I'm gonna go off and get everything prepared and come back and show you how to mix it up. Okay, you see, I have a crock pot. And I don't know, this is maybe about 3 or 4 quarts, I'm not sure, but I don't think it's gonna matter which crock pot, what size crock pot you get, you use, unless you're gonna make a big amount, a large amount. And this fit fine for my recipe that I normally fix. Okay, what you're gonna need 4 large eggs, beaten well. I'm gonna have these eggs beat well by the time I get back. And then I got right here, maybe about a tablespoon or 2 of melted butter. I'm gonna brush this on the inside of my crock pot, and when I come back, that'll probably already be dead, so I won't forget it. And then you're gonna need 1 cup of just white sugar, 1 cup of sugar, and then this is a ½ a cup of raisins. Now you can use a whole cup of raisins if you would like to, but for my father-in-law, because he mostly want the rice, I always just put just a ½ a cup of the raisin. And if you want to put the golden raisins, you can. It's that's up to your preference. Okay, then you're gonna need a tablespoon. I'm holding this right up?
No, it is.
Okay, you're gonna need a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And you know how I always manage to accidentally put more, but you're gonna need a whole tablespoon of that. And then you're gonna need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Now, if you don't like the much nutmeg in yours, you can half it, put a ½ a teaspoon, but he loved the spices and stuff. So that's the reason I'm putting a whole teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay. You also gonna need 2 cups of whole milk. Let me move some of this out of the way so you can see. 2 cups of whole milk. I wouldn't suggest you using low-fat milk or 2% or nothing like that. Just use the whole milk. But if you you use the evaporated milk, I have used that before, and that's okay. But I think you really need the fat if you're gonna use like a milk like that. Okay, what else? Okay, and this is 2½ cups of cooked rice. You know that recipe that I have up on my channel, the way I cook my rice? That's the way I came up with my 2 cups of rice. Or you can have some leftover rice and stuff like that from the day before or whatever, like it normally would be fixed with some leftover rice. But you need about 2½ cups or more of that rice. Okay? Now I cook mine on high because it don't have to cook that long. When you cook it on high, I normally cook it about, it's going to be a variation in how the time that you cook it, because after it done been in this crock pot for maybe about 30-35 minutes, I'm going to come and give it a stir. Or maybe I'll give it a stir before then. I'm not really sure on that, because like I told you guys, I've never had it in my head exactly, you know, what I was doing. I just know I was doing it. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna give it a stir, and maybe about a couple of stirs before it's finished. And the ones that probably ask for the rice pudding, which I had several, you know the texture that you want. So when you get close to that texture, once you stir it, just let it cook on out. Because normally, the way my father-in-law likes it, I normally just cook it about an hour and maybe 10 minutes in this crock pot, or sometime less. I'm not really sure, but I'll tell you when I get back, and show you the texture and see if that's what you're interested in. Then you'll know if that's the amount of time that you want to cook it. Okay, let me tell you something about this milk. Now I'm gonna take this milk and I'm gonna put it in my saucepan, which I have over here at the stove right now. I'm gonna pour my milk into the saucepan, and I'm gonna heat it up. I'm gonna get it hot, real hot, and because this is like a custard, so that's basically gonna be doing dissolving the sugar. That's really when I come back, I'm gonna show you how I mix this up and put it in the crock pot. It's real easy, real simple, and I think you guys will really appreciate me giving you this recipe rather than the other recipe. So okay, you guys, let me get my milk heated up and get my eggs beat and all of that, and my spices and stuff measured out, and I'll be right back to show y'all how I mix it. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm getting my eggs beat up. I think I got my milk a little too hot because I'm kind of stalling to let it cool a little bit, but it's got to be hot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead on and put my sugar in there. Since I'm putting this sugar in this here with this egg, I'm gonna slowly kind of put it in so it won't be so hard to mix up. Usually I do it with my, I put the sugar and the milk on there together, but I went ahead on and I'm doing it this way so that I give my milk time enough to cool down. I'm gonna dump all of that in there. Be done with it. Remember guys, how I always told you, if you mix stuff up in stages and mix well every time you're behind each addition, it makes stuff easy to mix and kind of ensure that it all be incorporated in there like it's supposed to. That's a big part of cooking. When you mixing stuff, make sure you mix it well. Except for a cake. Once you get everything, well, you know, the problem with the cake that you don't want to overbeat, not the problem. The only thing you want to do with a cake that you don't overbeat is put it I mean, when you start adding your flour. That's when you can't just do a whole lot of excessive beat. But all the other stuff, you didn't mix well. Okay, that was my tablespoon of vanilla. Put that in there. Okay, I got that teaspoon of cinnamon and teaspoon of nutmeg mixed together, and I'm gonna sprinkle that over in there. You know, this stuff smells. Sometimes it's kind of hard to mix when you're mixing in with stuff. But when you get it all in there, it be blended well. It be trying to stick to your bowls and do all kind of activities. I think it was my daughter showed me one time where and I think this was on YouTube before I ever got on YouTube. Maybe you're one of the reasons I was thinking, what in the world? It was, people was doing something called, You probably don't remember that challenge, Gary, that Brittany was telling about. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go on in with my milk, and hopefully it's done cooled off enough well it won't scramble my eggs. I think I got enough stuff in there, it's not gonna scramble. Yeah, people were doing like a cinnamon challenge, and they would take the dry cinnamon and would just put, take just a lot of it in their mouth. I was like, I told her, I said, you ain't scared you're gonna see somebody die here? And it would just choke them almost to death. And I just never could figure out why they were doing that. And I said, what? And Brittany said, Mama, it's a challenge. I said, well, why people do dangerous challenges and stuff like that? That's senseless. I don't know if they still do that stuff or not. She showed me this a few years ago. Like I said, right before I started YouTube, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, I thought that was just the craziest I ever seen. Okay, I'm going to put this rice on in, guys. I'll probably get my spoon at this point. Get it worked in. Just as easy and simple as that. And I told you guys I was going to grease that, I'm going to put my raisins in. Told you I greased my crock pot with that butter. And that's it, guys. I'll pour it over in this here crock pot, get the top on it. And let it cook. And my father-in-law loves it. And you guys will do the same. I mean, you probably, you know, it's the same ingredients for rice pudding. And I'll tell you something else, if I done melted too much butter, all I do is stick it on the top of that. But I think I did it right. See how I had got my pot greased? It's greased all the way up to the rim. And now I'm gonna pour this over in there. Whew, a lot of that cinnamon. Told you how that cinnamon do. It did do the most. That cinnamon, I believe it'd be that cinnamon more so than that nutmeg. Uh-oh, get that for me. Thank you. I'm gonna stir it up some more. Okay, I got it set on high. Push it back out the way. And you see my timer? I got my timer set for 60 minutes. But like I said, I'm going to go in and start stirring it probably half the way to see how it's coming. And then this is something you about going to have to judge if it's at the right consistency that you like your rice pudding. But I know it's going to take, I'm sure it's going to take a little better than an hour to cook. I'm pretty sure I'll do that. So, okay, I'm starting the timer, and I'll be back when it finishes. I'll be back when it's finished, you guys. Be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back, and the rice custard pudding is ready. Let me set this lid out of the way. Let me see, can I show you guys down in the bowl what it looks like. Whew. Can't show you that good. that's what it looks like. That's what it used to look like. The same thing if you cooked it in the pirate dish like they used to. So I'm gonna go ahead on and serve you guys up a bowl of this and let you see what the texture is. I think I might have cooked this at least 10 minutes longer than that hour, because I sort of had kind of forgot it. I had stirred it a couple of times, and then after that I forgot it once the timer went off. So let me see, can I show you guys the texture? You see how it's set? Because I did it like a custard. Okay guys, this is mainly for my older clients. This is me talking about clients. My older subscribers. I know you guys know what time it is. So this is your rice pudding. Sorry it took me so long to get around to doing it for you guys, but you know, the food we cook we have to eat, so I want to go to waste. And since that everything had been going on with the virus and stuff, everybody was practicing a little social distancing and stuff. So was you showing them this here? Show them what the texture look like.
Yes, you see it.
Okay, that's rice pudding. So okay, you guys, if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Have you ever had rice pudding before? And share my video. You see how easy it was to do. Now if I had did the way they used to do it in the stove and all that in that water bath, which I won't be doing that, so you guys that never tried this and wanted to do it, the taste is no different. It's just the technique, the cooking technique is which so much better and easier. So so this is the only way I'll be doing it. If you want to see it, if you want to see, do it in the oven, just take it and put it in your pirate dish and do the same thing like I did. Heat your milk and all that stuff, and then put it in a water bath or something and bake it. You probably have to bake it on 300, if the best I can remember. Bake it on 300 for about an hour till it's set and everything, and then it's the same thing. All the ingredients and stuff would be the same. So like I say, leave me a comment to let me know whether or not you ever had rice pudding before. That's another southern tradition and special. Back with the older peoples. I remember my mom was cooking this. I can remember this from a little girl as young as 6 or 7 years old. It was just always, it was just something that they cooked. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, and God bless.